Everybody. I'm here at a small huerta or farm. It's not a very big one. It's just a small family type arrangement here. A lot of people who live in the main big part of the city have a piece of land out in the suburban, or what used to be the countryside, but now it's become suburban because of the incredible growth. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a vision or a view of what a lot of people here do. They have their little farm area where they can plant many different fruits and vegetables and things here. And Ecuador is unique in the sense that here we don't have the 4 seasons. So there isn't summer, winter, fall, and spring. There's basically one season, so to speak, all year long. So the growing season is extremely long. You can grow pretty much anything you want over here. And it's just a matter of managing the soil, of course, and they try not to use any chemical fertilizers. They really try to use a lot of sustainable techniques in what they produce and how they produce it, because nobody wants to get sick from the food you eat, and also they don't like all the chemicals. So I'm going to give you sort of a little panoramic view here of this place, and then we'll get a few close-ups in just a moment. So here we have bugambillas, we have some fruit trees, and then I'm not sure, this one here looks like a lime. Yeah, I think it's a lime. Let's see here. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely a lime, some kind of lime. And then this little furry, little round things, I think these are called uvillas. They turn also into a fruit as well. And then there's beautiful, flowers. The main entrance here, a big gate, and all around the perimeter of the property is being taken care of by with flowers and things. And then there's a big grassy area here where people are, can, when the family gets together, and the kids come out here and play football and whatever other kind of ball games and stuff like that. And way back over there is where all the main growing areas are, where they have the corn and the different things, and I'll be showing you those here shortly. Then this area over here is what they call a choza, and a choza is it's got a little area here for when they come to spend a weekend, and then a nice big beautiful area here for the family get-togethers and reunions, and for cooking outdoors. And then there's the outdoor kitchen over here where they can cook with a fire, and it's equipped with a sink and everything. And I myself have had some wonderful meals here prepared a couple years ago. And as you can see, everything is just very natural, using not too materials that are going to hurt the environment. So thanks. Right now we're going to head off to go harvest some avocados from the avocado tree, and use a pole, long metal pole with a hook on the end, so you can grab a hold of those avocados and pull them down. And then we pick them up off the ground. You guys to see, look at the difference here. These avocados are coming out of the same tree. These are huge avocados in comparison to these little tiny ones, and they all come from the same one. And for some reason here, from the same tree, we have these 2 different kinds. It's quite unusual. This tree here, this is another fruit tree, and the one over here, this one, is it's called a chirimoya, and it produces a fruit like this. It's this kind of has all these different little striations on it, or whatever. But this is an absolutely delicious and very exotic fruit. I absolutely love it. It's got a white flesh with black seeds, and it's very, very good. These are the lemon trees, citrus of different kinds here, lemon, and that's the mandarins. And these are at different stages of growth. A lot of citrus here. This one over here, look at this one over here. This one is loaded with lots of fruit to harvest. So we'll be harvesting this here. So here we go, a bag full of mandarin oranges, and getting a little taste there of them. Wanted to also show you here we've got cabbages growing here. And there's the corn stalks that have already been harvested. These are another type of lemon here. These over here. But they're still quite green. Not time to harvest yet. And here is a lemon, but notice it has kind of the look of a little mini pumpkin. It's quite interesting. And there's its brothers and sisters over there, still on the tree. This is just a small little one, but quite an interesting looking lemon, isn't it? Here's the kind of orange that they sell in the stores that they charge quite a bit of money for here. So these are the ones that, you know, they look beautiful when they're on the shelf and on display at the supermarket. And when you harvest these, you just give them a little bit of a spin so you don't pull off the flesh and expose the fruit inside. Little red fruit right here. This one is called a guayaba, and it's ready as compared to these green ones right there. And oftentimes those get confused with the leaves. When people are picking them, they don't actually see that they are the fruit. This tree here is another type of lemon, different kind. They're very small, little round things. They get a very orange color, and son dulces?
No,
bien agrios. They're a lemon, but they look like little mini mandarin oranges, and they're quite tasty in making juice. This tree still has a little ways to go before it'll be ready to harvest. Over here are the raspberries that are growing here. Unfortunately, with only having one person on hand here to take care of this entire huerta, it's not very well maintained, but it seems like there's quite a few raspberries here to harvest pretty soon. They grow just like they do in Oregon. Although in Oregon, with all the rain, tend to be quite huge. These are the famous cuys, which in the United States we call guinea pigs. And here they're grown to be eaten when they're ready to be harvested, or I guess that's the word, harvested. Then they are cut open, gutted, and then they're with the bone and everything put onto barbecue type skewers, and then they're roasted in an open flame, and the locals really love them. I only remember having tasted them when I was 14 years old. I haven't had them any recently, but these are quite different from the ones back in the States, the ones that people use or have as pets. Source of this place that is not being used to its at all. This has the capacity of housing about 50 chickens, and also at the same time when they're let out during the day, they would have the opportunity to fertilize a lot of these fruit trees that are growing here. So this place here really needs a lot of attention. Needs someone who's dedicated to really, keeping the ground, all the weeds and grasses pulled away from the where the roots are, and to allow for. ¿Qué son esas? Oh, apparently here we have a tree, a guava tree, and he just noticed that there are quite a few. We can't really see here within the picture, but there's quite a few guavas that are ready to be harvested. So he went to go grab that hook that we were using for the avocados and bring that so that we can pull those guavas down and make some guava juice. So anyway, I just think it's really exciting to be here at this particular little farm. Unfortunately, it's needs more people to take care of it. There's only one woman here with her child, and it's a lot of work for one person to maintain this. And there are many places like this here, so this would be an amazing opportunity for students from the universities up in the north to come down and learn about sustainable agricultural techniques, and at the same time, provide assistance to produce this food, and then the excess of the food can be used to donate to the poor people who don't have the resources to be able to eat this kind of stuff on a daily basis, which is really important for their nutrition. These are what the guavas look like. They come in these pods, and then inside are the little guava fruits that you pull out, and usually these can tend to be about 5 times the size of this one I have in my hand. He's going to pull down another one here. Yeah, there we go. So here we've got a cluster of guavas right here. Quite interesting looking, very different. Not what most people would think a guava would look like in the States, huh? One other thing I wanted to notice about these avocados here, how you could tell the difference. There's quite a difference in the color here. These are a little darker, and those are just a little bit lighter. But because there's no seasons here, this tree here grows fruit all year long. And over here you can see right here on these branches where the new flowers for the new fruit are coming in, right up here at the tops. And so it's a cycle of where it's just continuously producing fruit all year long. There's avocados all the time. Another thing I wanted to talk about briefly is these peach trees. These peaches are having an issue where the flowers come and it flowers, but there's some kind of pollination problem. They don't pollinate, and as you can notice here in this whole entire tree, there's one there, and there's one right over here out of this whole entire 2 trees. So I don't know, something here needs to happen to figure out what the problem is, because this should be loaded down with fruit. The tree here produces what they call a just for the interesting look of it. It's not necessarily for consumption, but as you can see, they have quite an interesting texture to the fruit, skin of the fruit itself. Decorative, I guess what they would call. And it's kind of more like the ugly. I don't know if you are familiar with the ugly that they grow and sell at the stores over there. But it's quite an interesting looking lemon. Inside the choza, which is a little house where, if you're coming out here to spend the weekend. And it's very rustic. Usually don't really need any heat here because it stays pretty warm all year long. And can't really see very well through the curtains, but the view out towards the the land, the huerta. Just took off the ice from the freezer, hadn't been opened in about a couple months, and had accumulated a huge amount of snow and ice inside of the freezer. And so it was quite a job getting it all out. But it was fun, and we got a good laugh or two.